Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day. First of all, to all you amazing mothers, aunts, aunties, godmothers, people who are active in our young people's lives. So thank you so much for all that you continue to do. I wanted to take this time to say thank you to my mom. Happy Mother's Day in heaven for the amazing mom that you are, the amazing seeds that you planted that are still continuing to grow. Many people know my mom because she was a great cook, right? She could cook anything you name. She would go to a restaurant, taste it, come home and cook it. And we always had a lot of people over our house, coming to visit weekdays, weekends, etc. Because my mom was such a great cook. People know her for her kindness and positivity. She would always uplift. My mom, I don't know, I mean, she always found something good to say about everybody, anybody and everybody. When you go to the grocery store, oh my God, I love your mom. You go into wherever, everybody knew my mom and loved my mom because of her positive energy and her uplifting presence. So those are the two things. But I want to honor my mom today for her being a helicopter mom, an amazing example of what a helicopter mom could or should be. So she saved my life at least twice. There's a third time, but now's not the time to really go into the third one. But for the first two, she saved my life in an amazing way that deserves repeating. So, two things. One, many of you know that I'm a cerebral aneurysm survivor, but do you know that I'm a survivor because of my mom? So I was in the hospital, and basically my aneurysm had gone from a 4 to a 9, 9 centimeters in 6 weeks. And at 10 centimeters, basically your aneurysm will rupture. And so with that being said, my mom came to see me. I was in the hospital, I was all strapped up with all the wires and etc. And my mom asked the doctors, like, what's going on? And they basically told my mom they were waiting for it to rupture. If an aneurysm ruptures, there's a 50% chance of fatality and also many other adverse health conditions that can pursue afterwards, right? So my mom was like, "Oh no, that's my daughter. You got to do something. You got to figure out what to do next. You got to tell me what the next steps are, etc., etc." And so my mom was like, I'll fly her to wherever she needs to go. I'll pay whatever she needs to do, but you need to figure out what you can do to save my daughter. Keep in mind, my family has a history of cerebral and aortic aneurysm. So my mother has seen death as a result of an aneurysm. So the next thing I know is I asked the doctor, I'm like, I'm talking to my mom, trying to talk to my mom, and she can't even look at me. Her head is held down. And I'm like, oh, something's wrong. I'm like, you got to tell me what to do. What's next? And the doctor said, we're basically waiting for your aneurysm to rupture. And I was like, oh, well, I need to go home because I need to find another answer. I said, if you can't do it, is there somebody else who can take care of this? And so he gave me other physicians. I also went out and found some physicians on my own. My mom found physicians. Everybody looked to find somebody who could address my aneurysm or perform surgery before it ruptured. Because this particular neurosurgeon, he would only do surgery after it ruptured. So in that instance, once again, my mother was the one who made the doctor say, look, I don't know, and I can't do it. And I thank that doctor. People are like, oh, da, 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 saying negative things. No, I thank that doctor because his transparency and his honesty and his ability to say, I don't know, saved my life. And then the second time is I was that mom that was like up in the tunnels with the kids for Chuck E. Cheese and roller skating and playing. And we went to one of our friends' house in Virginia, the Parkers, and they were having a cookout, and all the parents were talking, whatever. So I'm out there and I'm playing football with the kids, and rolling in the grass and tackling, and being extra sometimes. And what happened was that was on like a Saturday, Sunday, and then on that Monday I went to work. I picked up my kids. I got to our friend's colleague's house named Janice, and when I got up the stairs, I collapsed. I got to the top of the stairs and collapsed. I don't remember anything from that. I know that I woke up in the hospital, but while I was in the hospital and I was asleep, my mom went to the hospital and she told the doctor, they did the spinal tap, and she told the doctors, like, what's wrong with my daughter? And they said, I don't know. It could be West Nile virus. It could be encephalitis. It could be meningitis. They were listing all these different things. And my mom's like, well, you need to find out what's going on with my daughter. She's a mother of 2 children and she needs your help. So help her. And so the doctors kept investigating and they found the deer tick. And they were able to extract it before it got into my red blood cells and cause further damage. I have a compromised immune system, but it's not what it could be with the full extent of Lyme disease. So with that being stated, my mom, because of who she is, went in and she communicated, and she saved my life. She saved my life. She saved my life in so many different arenas. And even when I was in college, my mom was there. We lived in New Jersey, and they had the Peoples and Piedmont Airlines was like $39 to fly down. In the first semester, she came once or twice. But when I told her that I wanted to leave because of a lot of different things, she was there every single month, making dinners for the minority advisors and talking to people and finding out what was going on campus, creating aunties and uncles and all these different people to look out for me, because she wanted to make sure that I was okay, and she saved my life. And she created a universe, a world around me, like I said, of multiple people supported me.